Lovely. Hello and welcome. My name's Evan, as many of you know by now, the CEO and founder of Murdoch & Co. And I'd like to give you a very much needed update that I've been wanting to film for quite a while now, quite honestly, but I just haven't had the time to. And that's something that I want to discuss just shortly in this video. So with that, let's go over an update of where the company is at post-SHOT Show here in spring of 2026. So firstly, of course, I'd like to just re-thank everyone for all the amazing support, likes, shares and comments on all of our videos and media. I also want to thank those who came and visited us at the SHOT Show booth and got to experience and showcase these rifles with us to the world. It was an absolute privilege. It really was amazing to show SA-80 to the American public, and all of your reactions were absolutely phenomenal. We cannot ask for anything else. There's an old adage that loving eyes can't see, and we definitely love this project. But there's always that nervousness of, are other people going to see the beauty in what we're doing? And I'm proud to say that you all absolutely did. And we really appreciate that, because the amount of time and effort that's gone into this is astronomical. So when you did all pick up those rifles, especially in person, and just to hear how much you appreciated the stampings and the quality and the attention to detail, it really did mean the world. So to start off, I just want to say again, thank you. Moving on from SHOT Show, we've been very, very busy in the data package of the rifle. So I've said it before, it's not enough to make just one. You've got to make it, you have to be able to replicate it. And do it over and over again. And that's where a data package comes in. And the data package is where a concept rifle really becomes a production rifle. And so we've been working very hard with very talented, a few engineers of mine that love our project, and they've made we've reviewed everything a few times, and they've really helped bring it to life in the form of the data package. So that's why there's been a lot of boring stuff going on behind the scenes. But although it's boring, at least from us not being able to release exciting media, it has to be done. So we've gone through the data package about 3 times now with an absolute fine-tooth comb. And that has been crucial to where we are now, which is the production stage. So right now, all the components are currently getting made and cut, again, by the talented shops that we work with here at Murdoch & Co. And so everything from the barrels to the gas blocks, trunnions, bolts, all 240 components, stamping dies, all of it are getting made. So really happy that the first batch of rifles are going to be ready very, very soon, probably 2 to 3 months. And I'll explain why that is in a moment here. So obviously, from the data package to now cutting parts, components for our production rifle, we now have the timeline. So as many of you know, I have a full-time job while doing Murdoch & Co. We don't have any outside investors. It's all done by myself here. But with that obviously comes, I do still have a full-time career. I'll mention it just before, again, if anyone isn't aware, I'm actually a pilot full-time. So with that comes traveling. And currently, the account that I fly for is traveling an enormous amount. I was gone probably 23 to 25 days out of the month of April. I'm only home for a few days now, and then I fly back out, and I'm gone for an even extended period of time until mid-May. And that's something that it's my full-time job. So with that, I can only be home so much. The good news is we've done all the work that requires me to be physically here. So the production and everything can keep moving even while I'm away. And so when I come home, we then can start building and stamping these rifles, which is really exciting. So that's the reason for if things seem like they're taking a little bit longer. Again, I've got a full-time job. I started Murdoch & Co. to share history and heritage and save and tell the stories of these rifles. But I'm just a normal chap with, again, a full-time career. So with that, I'm still working as hard as I can, even with my job, making things move as smoothly as possible, but still, again, not compromising on our quality of our product. If there's a problem, we'll go back and redo it. An example of that is actually our gas rod. So we decided to make the gas rod a little bit thicker and also upgrade the spring to that. Again, huge amount of time, huge amount of money. It meant changing a few other things about the rifle, but it's going to mean reliability, a better quality product. We've also changed the A3 rail and the attachment system. Again, huge amount of time, huge amount of money, but I didn't want to risk not having a good product to market, at least one that any question of a doubt of any component, I wanted to make sure that we were giving you the best. So with those improvements, the extended timelines, again, we say extended, this has all happened very quickly, but working as hard as we can to get these done and get them out. With that, Some of you know that there's a coming ban in Virginia and Colorado, so our clients that have purchased rifles there, we are going to be sending your serialized uppers out absolutely as soon as possible, and we will get those deadlines done. Honestly, if I have to drive out and complete those rifles myself, I will. That's just what we will do. But we will be getting your serialized components to you all in a timely manner. And I've been in comms and communications with you all about that. So again, you're aware, but for our clients that might be on the fence, I would say purchase them now, because again, we have that first batch coming and you're gonna want your rifle in that order. So if you've ordered from Virginia, Colorado, your rifles will be done first. Our clients that may have purchased before those individuals in Virginia, I've spoken to you. I know that you fully understand, and I want to thank you for your understanding on that matter. And again, thank you for letting those chaps in those unfortunate banned states get their rifles to them. So right now, they're our priority, and then everyone's going to be obviously working down the list in time when you order, again, coming from that first batch of rifles. In terms of EM85, I do get asked, do we have some remaining? We do. We have a lot of pre-order agreements done, but people aren't paying basically their money to reserve the rifle. So I just want to say here, that rifle isn't yours until you've paid Murdoch & Co. Be that the down payment in your pre-order agreement or the full amount depending on when you ordered. So there are rifles still available, but please, I've got to say it, just by filling out a pre-order agreement, you do not have ownership to that rifle or serial number until you've paid. So I just want to reiterate that we do have some remaining, and we may see a price increase for the last couple of them. So if you'd like them, please reserve them now. Same with the A3. Those prices are obviously fixed, but again, until you pay, because we have our pre-order agreements, which is just a gentleman's agreement and putting stuff in paper, until you've paid, the rifle obviously isn't yours. So don't expect if you've done a pre-order agreement, you'll be getting your rifle and then asked to pay. Obviously, it's payment before shipping. So might seem obvious, but we've had quite a lot of issues with that recently, so I just wanted to address that here now. Finally, I'd like to talk about media. We recently went to the Royal Armouries and filmed with Jonathan Ferguson, which was an absolute pleasure, and we'll be filming with him more. We have a fantastic array of media and YouTubers just waiting to get their hands on their products. But again, with me being away and having to focus on production, especially for those band state guys, it may be a little bit more until you guys see more shooting and more kind of field media things. Again, I'm away and I ask for your understanding in that. So with that also, we're also working, we have the LSW, the carbine version coming. So we're also working on other and future projects while doing this. So it's a huge amount of work, but I want to thank everyone for their support, their time, their patience. It's been an absolute privilege. And the fact that you've trusted myself and Murdoch & Co. to bring you this rifle, it really means the world, and I cannot thank you enough. Other updates, we have our showroom, so closed on that, and we're actually renovating that currently, and we've decided to put a lot of that renovation money, instead of spreading it over the whole property, we're really focusing on that core showroom, and when that's done, we're going to be inviting many of you out to see it and see our collection. So we'll share that also once that gets started, so you can kind of see, where our humble beginnings were all the way up to what we have planned. And again, can't thank you enough for the support. I'm very excited to share you all this journey. It's really been an absolute privilege and pleasure. And as I said, thank you again for your patience. Just on a personal note, I'm really giving this all I have for you guys, because I know our mission's important. And I know it goes beyond myself. It goes into sharing the history and the heritage of these rifles. And of course, allowing you guys to own a part of that also at home with our Collector Series and EM85. So, well, that's all I have for the update. I've got to get to work here. Continue on before I leave and travel again, but I just want to say thank you for the support, likes and shares. I know I've said it, but it really does mean the world. So if you're thinking of buying a rifle, obviously, please contact us. And again, thank you so much. Until next time, take care.